Orville died. He had to go back to his home planet.
Okay.
What, again?
Yes.
Alright, it doesn't matter because you're not in the scene anyway. You can just be stuck in the geometry.
Hi,
Yeah,
Dad,
so-
I'm home.
Hold on, let me get Fenris. Alright, so your dad, you come in at the end of the day and your dad is like, alright, Vara, get ready. So we're gonna go eat at Outback Steakhouse with Amanda and Fenris.
I'm as ready as I'm gonna be, Dad.
Alright. So you go, do you do anything? Because you have like maybe an hour before you have to leave, so do you prepare in any way?
She plays video games in her room. And is sad. I mean, there's not anything she can really do. She was shut down by her father. So no, maybe she changes her clothes, but she still looks like exactly the same anyway, so it didn't really matter.
Alright. So the time comes and you get in the car. What kind of car does Warwick Barracuda drive?
A giant, disgusting tow truck. And
Alright.
it's normally just him and Vara in the front seat, but now it's Vara is squished up against the passenger door with Fenris, and then in the middle seat is Fenris's mom sitting all cozy next to her dad in the driver's seat.
Alright.
It is uncomfortable. Yes, exactly this. It is an uncomfortably tight ride to the Outback Steakhouse.
So they get in and it's all awkward and he's like, hello, Amanda, hello, Fenris. And Fenris is like, hey, and Amanda is like, oh, hello, Warwick, oh, hello, Vara, how are you?
Vara does not respond and just glares out the window. Rests her chin on her hand and just glares out the window.
Alright, and so on the way there, so your dad is like, oh, Amanda, how are things going at your job? And she's like, oh, I've been going okay. Things are pretty slow right now, over at the hospital. And, but, it's going okay. I think, we haven't had too much trouble going on lately. And, are you trying a truck?
Shh, it's perfect.
Okay. And she's like, oh, also, Fenris's band, don't you know, they got booked for a gig over at the Tipsy Dick. I'm pretty proud of him. And Warwick is like, oh, wow, good job, Fenris. I didn't know you were musically inclined. And he was like, yes, sir, I am. And he's like, oh, that's really neat. What instrument do you play? And he's like, oh, sir, I play the saxophone. I don't remember what Fenris plays. And he's like, oh, it's a good instrument, son. When I was back in the high school band, that's what I used to play. And you don't have to call me sir. You can just call me Warwick. And he was Does he go by Warwick or does he go by something else?
No, Warwick sounds about right.
All right, not like Bubba.
No, you can call him Worry.
That sounds weird.
Well, that's what he lets his daughter call him.
Okay, well, his daughter calls him Dad.
Whatever.
Okay. And she's like, Amanda's like, oh, I am just so proud of Fenris. And Fenris is like, oh my god, Mom. It's not that big of a deal. And so they continue chatting, and I guess, Vara, you are just looking out the side of the window.
So mad.
Not talking.
Are you hanging
So
your face
angry.
out and panting?
So Amanda tries to talk to you, and she's like, oh, so Vara, how's school going?
It's fine.
And Warwick is like saying, how are your grades, daughter?
They're fine. They're fine. It's fine.
And
She answers in the shortest possible sentences in a complete monotone so that she can't be chastised for not participating in the conversation.
okay. Do you do anything to Fenris because you're like squished up next to each other?
I think about how bad he smells, but other than that, no.
All right.
Roll hot.
You
Shoot.
arrive at the Outback Steakhouse, and you find that the parking lot is pretty full. So Warwick is going to drop you guys off at the front and then go park the car.
I get out and try not to make direct eye contact with either of them.
All right. So Amanda says, "Oh, I'm going to go reserve us a table. Hold on." And she walks inside, leaving you and Fenris outside together. Fenris is like, "So, Vara."
She stares at the ground really hard and doesn't say anything, crossing her arms.
He's like, "Look, I don't want this to happen either, so why don't we do something about it?"
Why don't you just shut up?
Fine, I will.
Like they're brother and sister already.
She stands like kind of far away from him and just like crosses her arms and stares at the ground really hard. Just thinking about being anywhere except here.
Okay. So Amanda's gonna come back. And she's like, "They say it'll be about half an hour."
Ah! I mean,
Roll to hold steady.
Vara screams internally.
Oh man, you barely hold steady. And Amanda is gonna try to talk to you and be like, Vara, we haven't really had a chance to talk, and I really like to know more about you. So, what do you, what classes are you taking in school this year?
The classes where they teach me things.
And she's like, "Yeah, but I mean, do you have any classes together?" She looks at Fenris, and Fenris is like, "Yeah, maybe."
No, we don't.
And she says, "Oh, well, what classes do you have together?"
I don't know. None of them. Some of them.
Sketty.
None of them.
Sketty fashing.
We have lunch.
Fashing class.
We share a lunch period.
And Fenris is gonna be like, "She had her stupid friend push my face in my lunch today." And Amanda is gonna be like, "Oh, Fenris, I really wish that you two wouldn't fight so much."
Do you have to tell your mom every time anything happens to you ever? Do you tell her every time you go to the bathroom? Do you tell her every time you need to blow your nose? You're such a baby, Fenris.
Amanda is gonna be like, "Vara, don't talk like that. It's rude."
You're rude. You're not even my real mom.
She's gonna look at you really confused and be like, "Well, of course not. I'm dating your father, and I." So Warwick is gonna come back.
My life is so hard.
He parks the car and he's like, and you hear him be like, "Where's Vara?" And Amanda's gonna be like, she just stormed off. I don't understand.
She's just standing around the corner and just frowning really hard.
So Warwick is gonna come over and talk to you. Vara, what's going on?
She was trying to act like my mom again.
Vara, she's just trying to be nice. She's just trying to be friendly toward you. She's not trying to be your mom.
I don't care. She's trying to be friendly. She's not my mom, and she's not going to replace her. So tell her to stop trying to act like that.
Vara, no one is saying this.
Fine. Will you buy me cheesy fries?
Of course I'll buy you cheesy fries. What's his nickname for her?
My little puppy.
Alright, he's gonna be like, "My little puppy. I know you like cheesy fries," and he like punches you on the shoulder.
Oh, okay, Dad. They've always put bacon on the fries here.
And before you round the corner again, he's gonna like give you like a side hug. Dad hug.
You gain the condition shoulder punch.
Alright, things are better, because I know my dad is on my side, so... I think that removes the condition where I was freaking out about the situation, because I know that my dad's got my back.
I think you should add in Daddy's love too.
Oh.
That's shoulder punch.
The chat says, my little hush puppy.
Oh my god.
I love werewolf
Okay.
family night.
Alright, so now you're gonna go in and sit at your table.
This
All
is a good
right.
arrangement.
You sit down and your dad is like, so Vara, I know I've told you a lot about Amanda, but you haven't really had a chance to talk about, to talk to her. So Amanda's gonna talk a little bit about her job, and Amanda's like, well, so I'm a nurse and I work over at Monster City Memorial Hospital, and I work mostly in intensive care. I usually work with people who come in after some sort of emergency. I get them stable, and then we send them off to a different part of the hospital for further care. I really like my work. I'm really happy with where I am right now. And Warwick is like, it's very noble of you. And she's like, well, thank you. And she says, it's still early in Fenris's, thinking process about his career. But he's kind of talked about wanting to go into healthcare. And Fenris is like, Mom, oh my God. And Warwick is gonna say, well, that's very nice, Fenris. And I mean, us, we have this junkyard and a tow truck business. I always imagined that Vara would take over my business once she got old enough.
I love cars. She's just piling cheese fries in her mouth in between words.
And your dad's gonna be like, yeah, right now we're working on souping up what kind of car? A car or a motorcycle?
It's a Chevy, I guess. I don't know anything about cars.
Okay,
They have
she's like,
four wheels and an engine. This
she's
one's
like,
probably
yeah, right now
red.
I'm teaching her how to fix up her old Chevy, and it's going pretty good. And Amanda's like, oh, well, the other day, Fenris, you were just telling me that you would be interested. And he's like, Mom, oh my God, no, that's okay. And she's like, no, I think it could be good. Look, the other day Fenris was talking to me, and he was really interested in learning more about cars and metalworking. And and Warwick is like, oh, of course, Fenris, you should come on down by the shop. I'll get you started on something.
Vara chews more slowly and her mouth kind of hangs open and cheese is running out.
And Fenris is like, maybe. And Warwick is like, you're welcome by, come on by anytime, son. And Fenris is like,
you could even work on a car. It's real people work here. I don't think you could handle it.
And Warwick is gonna be like, Vara, don't talk like that.
He can barely handle math problems. He couldn't handle torquing up an engine with the muffler. I don't know anything about cars.
Did you just say twerking an engine?
Yeah.
Shut up!
Why are you
Car
twerking against a car? That's
Fenris,
No,
Car
twerking.
twerk.
Not
Fenris
twerking.
is gonna say, got better grades in math than you do.
But my car is cooler than yours, and I made my car.
I don't care.
Well, I don't care about math, so there.
What are you trying to prove, Vara?
I love cheese fries. She just starts eating cheese fries. Derp, I said twerk! I said torquing an engine, not twerking.
So Vara's making it pretty awkward for everybody.
Surprise.
And, let's see. Vara, do you talk? You don't talk at all for the rest of the thing?
No, she pouts a lot and just eats cheese fries, and she orders a second order of cheese fries and eats them for dinner.
Dude, that's your dinner is cheese fries?
She gets them as an appetizer and then orders them as the cheese fries at the Outback Steakhouse are 1,500 calories for a plate.
Jesus.
Okay,
so
your dad,
Jesus Christ.
your dad is just gonna like let you eat the cheese fries, and Amanda's gonna be like, Vera, are you sure that's all that you want? Don't you want anything else?
No. I want
And,
a milkshake.
And your dad's gonna be like, Amanda knows a lot about eating healthy. She gave me some recipes that I've been trying, and because I care a lot about your health, Vera. And I'm not so good at this kind of stuff, but Amanda, she knows a lot more about this stuff than I do.
I just want to eat what I like, Dad. You know that I'm underweight. It doesn't matter what I eat. I'm gonna eat these cheese fries for dinner, okay?
And he's like, you can have whatever you want. It's fine.
She's also
Aw.
like 15 because you know how 15-year-olds eat.
Like ridiculous.
Yep.
So she
But
piles
Amanda
in.
insists that, you see that Amanda is like controlling a lot of what Fenris orders. She's like, you should get this, and he's like, oh, can I get fries? I'm gonna get fries, and she's like, oh no, don't get fries, honey. Get different. No, don't get sweet potato fries. Get like a side salad or something. It's better.
Vara eats them with both hands, just covered in cheese sauce, just making direct eye contact with Fenris as she eats them slowly.
And Warwick is like, oh, come on, Amanda. I'm sure he'll be fine if he just gets to have a little cheese fries. And she's like, well, I guess since it's a special occasion. And Fenris goes to grab some cheese fries just as you are also grabbing cheese fries. What do?
I growl at him!
Fenris backs off from the cheese fries.
My cheese fries.
And he just
My.
he just
Order
grabs
your
from
own fix.
he just grabs some from the other order of cheese fries that's on the table instead. And so everyone else tries to have normal human conversation, but not Vara, I guess.
Nope.
Eventually, during the conversation, Warwick sort of moves over. During the conversation, he says something like to the effect of, ever since my late wife, and it's and basically it's like it's been a long time. I'd like her to have a female role model.
Vara stares
her
at her
life.
dad in total disbelief that he would say something so embarrassing in public and in front of Fenris.
Holy shit, the cheese fries are 2,100 calories.
I told you.
Fucking Christ.
I'm not kidding around here.
And
Fucking Christ.
And Amanda says, I know what you mean, I mean, I've told Warwick this, but, kids, Fenris's dad left me, when he found out that I was a werewolf, which was a little bit after Fenris was born. And, he never had a dad. I mean, I've tried, I've dated a few guys, but it's hard. It's hard. And Fenris is also super embarrassed, and he's like, "Oh my God, Mom, it's not." And she says, "It's hard. It's hard, Warwick, to do it, to do the whole parent thing by yourself. It's all I've ever done, and I just wish that I just want to do the very best for my son."
Vara looks incredibly embarrassed for both of them having this conversation in the middle of the crappiest steakhouse possible.
So now you know. And so Fenris is also like really embarrassed.
Vara orders the chocolate thunder down under.
Vara, I'm gonna have you hold steady versus empathizing with Amanda Warbeck.
I think you'll need to hold steady versus the sheer amount of calories you're putting into your
Oh
body.
god, I'm too drunk to roll. Jesus Christ.
Oh man, you do not hold steady. You start to feel really bad for Amanda because you think about your own future and, you know, how you want to date someone and what it would be like if someone that you liked left you because you were a werewolf. And you feel sorry for her, and it makes you, you know, you feel sorry for her, and also it makes you kind of nervous. It's like, oh, that's right, it's going to be harder for me just because of the way I am.
You're pissed off that you're feeling that way, clearly. Because that's how Vara works.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sympathizes and then gets kind of angry at herself for feeling sympathetic. And buries her face in this delicious brownie sundae, an extra generous pecan brownie topped with rich vanilla ice.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
Only 69 calories, right?
So delicious.
All right.
Sake, Outback Steakhouse. Wait, that's an actual thing. What the fuck?
I know the menu here really well.
I did not believe that was the actual name.
Yeah, I thought you pulled it out of your ass.
Look, hello, it's only 1,529 calories. Vara drowns her feelings in a delicious chocolatey brownie. Finished with chocolate shavings and whipped cream.
Well, so now, Vara, it's become more obvious to you why your father has been trying to be more emotionally forward with you lately, and it's obviously because of Amanda. Like, she's trying to get him to talk to you more and be, you know, they've obviously been talking to each other about being single parents. And with that, I think then you finish up your dessert and you head out.
Vara is really full of calories. Oh,
Vara's gonna
God.
vomit soon.
Squish back in the car.
Oh,
Vara,
God.
you're squished up against the window. And
Roll.
you're feeling kind of sick. Roll to hold steady.
Oh no!
Then there should be another roll steady for not just instantly falling asleep.
Oh my god!
Uh-oh.
Alright, it's kind of a bumpy road on the way back, so roll volatile to see if you can roll the window down in time, because it's a hand crank.
Please fail. Please fail. God damn it.
Alright, you successfully, you hurriedly hand crank the window down and barf out the window just as your dad rolls up to Amanda's house. Your dad opens the door and they all get out.
She does this every time we go to Outback.
And Warwick's gonna go up to you and be like, "Oh my goodness, Vara, are you all right?" And Amanda's gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, oh dear," and she like opens her giant purse that you just noticed right now is like the mommest purse ever, and she pulls out like all this stuff, and she like gets like a towel and like wipes your face and like gives you a tiny bottle of water, and she's like, "Here you go, hon, wash your mouth out with this. Are you all right? Are you feeling okay? Are you feeling dizzy?"
Standard Outback Steakhouse trip.
Yeah, she's like, "I've seen this before with Outback Steakhouse."
Vara rinses her mouth. I told Dad we shouldn't go to the Outback again.
And she's like, "Oh my gosh, hun, I'm so sorry. What? Oh my goodness." And she's like, she has like some what's it called? Like, I guess Tums, like settle your stomach pills.
Tums.
Yeah, and she like gives you like a roll, and she's like, here, are you okay? Are you sure you're feeling okay?
She just keeps eating everything presented to her. She eats all the Tums.
Okay, roll to hold steady versus motherly love.
Roll the whole steady and vomiting on her.
Man, Panzer.
I need to up my cold.
You do not hold steady versus motherly love. You feel strangely special to be taken care of, not just by your dad, but by a female figure as well. You feel really special, like Amanda is only paying attention to you, and it makes you feel good.
Fuck this, I'm adding another point to cold, I'm leveling.
I thought you already
You can only
added
do that
one point
once.
to cold. You can only do it once.
You can do it 3 times.
What?
No, you have to check it off on your sheet once you take one of the.
you can only do
Add
it
one to
once.
cold, max 3.
Yeah,
that
like
means
if you
if
had,
you-
that's like the highest you can add to it.
Ah,
like, if
son
you
of a bean!
So Orville, who started with 2, can add 1 and get 3.
Yeah.
Lame. Well, then I don't level. Because I can't decide then. Fine, I feel feelings of motherly love, and I'm kind of pissed off about it.
Alright. After
Wasn't
making sure that you're
expecting this.
okay, they return. Amanda goes to the house and says goodnight to Warwick. And because there's vomit everywhere, they don't like kiss, but they give each other a hug. And they're like,
Haha.
So you get
I
back in the car with your dad,
I
and he's
spike
like,
vomited.
and he's like, all right, Vara, I like the pink for Tums. And so you drive back to the house, and he's like, so that could have gone worse.
I hate that lady.
And he's like,
She's lying.
no, you don't.
I don't like her. She's not my mom.
He puts his arm around you as you're driving.
Aww.
Aw, are
And
you all
gives
puked out,
you-
little Panzer?
And yeah, that's basically what's happening. And he's like, no, you don't.
Well, it's
You're-
called Thunder from Down Under for
Vara,
a reason.
you're gonna be okay.
I don't
alright?
know what you see in her. Pout.
He's just gonna give you a hug because
My
he
life's
knows.
so hard.
Cause he's your dad. He knows that you're not really that mad.
Yeah. She's pretty transparent with her dad.
But he's not gonna he's not gonna call you on it. He just knows. And you get back home, and it's like you should probably go take a shower.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you smell like weed.
And puke. And chocolate thunder from down under, and her clothes are covered in cheese.
And,
Like any other trip to the Outback.
and then you spend the rest of the evening watching TV.
We sit down on the couch together and we watch the Calvin Ball tournament together.
All right, and then Ultimate Ninja Warrior. I feel
Oh,
like
I
that's,
love that show!
I feel like that's a thing that Vara and her dad would watch together is Ultimate Ninja Warrior.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
accurate.
you watch the one with the Japanese announcers because
Yeah.
they're better.
Yeah,
not
totally.
not the American.
She would
Ninja
totally
Warrior.
watch the one where the Japanese people scream at each other as they fall into a disgusting muddy lake and get tetanus from rusty nails.
You mean MXC? Oh no, that was like Korean. All right, so that's the end of Vara for this evening. And next.
Oh dear.
We arrive. Let's see, who is all in the scene?
Vara, go home, you're drunk.
Okay. So. Right, Francis is gonna walk into the front of the magic shop, and then, oh right, Jezebel can't be in 2 places at once.
That's
Very
okay.
nice.
So
I can
she's gonna
just
be
use
out
Ratchet.
here.
Ratchet will be fine.
Okay.
I only need one. I have Molly, who might help. Maybe I don't know.
All right. So, Orville, you arrive at 8 p.m. as planned in the alley because you live like right by there.
And can I request a song to be playing audibly from the club?
What is it?
Captain Jack by Captain Jack.
Hey, oh, Captain Jack! That song has the most fucked up music video I've ever seen.
It's so good. It's so fucking bad. It's like the worst, best music video.
All that's coming up. Oh, I see it. The first thing that comes up is what I thought of, which was Captain Jack by Billy Joel, but I'll play the other one.
God.
Raise your volume to max. That's the only way Captain Jack can be played.
It is. I've already done it.
Jesus Christ.
This is what's playing in the bar.
This is a DDR song. I'm gonna fucking pee.
All right, so this is what's playing in the background. It's very loud. You approach Orville in the alleyway.
No, so I waited here in a bit in advance so Orville would show up, and Cliff stands there staring him down. There's a light breeze that flows through the alley that ruffles his cloak and hair ever so slightly. He's carrying a giant claymore on his back. Let's just ignore the question of how he got it there. And he looks at Orville, and he holds up his hand to Matilda and snaps his fingers for the file.
Matilda hands him the file.
Cliff thumbs through the file a little bit, says, David, Orville Stephen, sophomore, you, and he just paces around him. You seem to know the goth clique pretty well, is that true?
You're so anime.
Matilda leans over to Molly and is like, I have no idea what's going on!
Focus, kid!
I don't know either. What
Just
should I
go with it!
do? Oh, okay.
Alright, well, I'll just continue talking then, since you seem to be perturbed. I need something from you. I need your help, and I can't do it alone. I need information. You need to give me everything you know about the goth clique.
No.
And I pace a little bit more.
What?
Where did Captain Jack go?
Where's
Because you said no,
As
so
Captain
now there's
Jack
a record
ends-
scratch.
Orville flees? Clearly.
Shit.
You're not really going to be able to follow him because he runs through walls.
Chase him.
Yeah,
chase
that
him
big empty space is where you live, Orville.
So he flees to the adult bookstore.
Yep.